Rewind selector.
Rewind. Okay, take two.
Take another sip.
I could have sworn we were recording. Thought I pushed the damn button.
Push the button.
Take two. Welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us try to talk about at least 3 topics each week. For those who are new here, the three of us are our point person, an optimistic realist. We call her Star.
Here I come to save the day.
Don't let her fool you. She's not that short. And the center of our threesome and our voice of reason, we call him Magic.
Up and at 'em, Ant.
And bringing up the rear as usual, I identify as the pragmatic contrarian, and they call me Storm. So where are we starting this week?
The white Kyrie Irving.
Pale Kyrie? Okay. We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, for those who don't know, who don't follow the ESPN the way I do, Aaron Rodgers is the starting quarterback, Hall of Fame bound, some might say, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. Barely, because he was trying to get traded before the season started, and that didn't happen.
He said, I'll
But
show
anyway.
you motherfuckers.
Right. He's like, I'm going to fuck up your whole franchise anyway. But we'll get to that. So, Aaron Rodgers, the Packers were supposed to play, who were they playing?
Chiefs.
The Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. And everybody was excited about it because it was going to be the first time Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes played each other. Because they're in different divisions, so it doesn't happen often. But Aaron Rodgers popped a positive COVID test, so he will be sitting out this week. And the backup, what's the backup's name?
Yeah, you got me.
I forget his name. Black dude, about to start for Green Bay. That's about to be hell for him. But anyway. I digress. I feel bad for him though, because I mean, they're just gonna look for a reason not to like him.
Aww.
But you know, that's a whole nother thing. But so anyway, Aaron Rodgers, before the season started, when someone from the press corps asked him if he was indeed vaccinated, because NFL has protocols for different protocols for vaccinated players and unvaccinated players. And he said, yes, I am inoculated, was the term he used, which, you know, he was deliberately being misleading and, but anyway.
Cheeky.
Come to find out, yeah, cheeky. Come to find out, he is not vaccinated. So he has to be out at least 10 days. At least. And if, and I say if, he continues to test positive, I think it's, I don't know how many days it is from his last positive test, but anyway, he may miss the next game as well. Now, this is very distressing to the Green Bay Packers, who are leading their division, which also includes Stars Lions.
Not no more. But anyway.
Oh,
wait a minute, they're actually doing well?
No, they haven't won a game. But that division includes the Lions. It also includes the Vikings, who are, on that ass. And what's the other team? Oh, and the Bears.
The Bears.
Anyway, it was very likely that Green Bay was going to be able to go to the playoffs and, do well this year. However,
This summer, mama.
yeah, this anyway, because he
Colonizer.
wasn't. Yes. Also, because he led people to believe that he was vaccinated. Now, I will say this. He never led the team to believe he was vaccinated. They knew he wasn't vaccinated. The NFL knew he wasn't vaccinated. How did they know?
Because told them he did some holistic shit.
Yes, this dumb motherfucker petitioned the league to be counted as vaccinated because he did, I don't know, he took some herbs and berries, I don't know, that he thought
shamans and shit.
Yeah, he went to a hoodoo, I don't know what the hell he did, but he petitioned the league, which I'm like, why would you do that? Anyway, here's why he pisses me off. Okay, because when all this came out and people were mad because he led people to believe he was vaccinated, he gets on, I don't know, some podcast, radio show or whatever, and goes on this rant about, first of all, how he's a critical thinker, which critical thinking doesn't mean what I think he thinks it means. Because then he proceeded to tell the world that he consulted Joe Rogan.
Boy, you a cornball for pointing fingers like that, but all right.
How am I cornball for pointing fingers?
No, Aaron's a cornball for pointing fingers.
Well,
take accountability.
Yeah. Well, because Joe Rogan survived COVID, he's going to go to Joe Rogan for advice on how to do it because, and he decided, Joe Rogan took ivermectin, which first of all, why y'all keep talking about ivermectin?
Joe Rogan said himself he took quite a few things. That was just one of them.
Joe Rogan also said he took monoclonal antibodies, which have been shown to be effective against COVID. But ivermectin is not. You know why? Ivermectin is an anti-parasitic. Mm-hmm. COVID is not a parasite. Mm-hmm. Dumbasses. Okay? So get that out of your head. Okay? Mm-hmm. Ivermectin is given to animals for parasites. It's an anti-parasitic. It is not given to them to get rid of viruses. It's not antiviral, it's anti-parasitic. So I don't know. I was about to call people hillbillies, so let me stop that. All you misinformed motherfuckers here that keep spouting ivermectin, okay, please shut up. Because I know you all think it makes you sound intelligent. It does not. Okay? But here's the thing with Aaron Rodgers. Because when you're not vaccinated, now, and here's why I think he's stupider than Kyrie. Okay?
One, Kyrie was honest.
Yes, but see, okay, here's the thing. With Kyrie, the city of New York said, you can't come in here if you're not vaccinated. And Kyrie said, he made a choice and said, I'm not getting vaccinated, which is fine. I have always said that is fine. If Aaron Rodgers, and see, here's the thing with the NFL. The NFL has a protocol for you if you're not vaccinated, right? Mm. All he had to do was say, I'm not getting vaccinated. And they'd have been like, fine, here's what you need to do. Because the protocols are different if you're not vaccinated. And he knew the protocols were different, but he didn't follow them.
We have seen time and time again the NFL will completely change the rules for their little darling players.
Oh, yeah, but they're not going to be able to do that for this.
They already did. In retrospect, they can't now that it's out in the open, but they knew.
No.
He was
the
walking
NFL
around with no mask and a whole
Yes.
bunch of other shit.
Yes, but the NFL's argument is that it is the team's responsibility to enforce the rules inside their facilities, which the Packers
Technically,
failed
the
to do.
Packers don't have an owner right now, do they?
That is the point I'm getting to.
Which would make the NFL the owner.
No, the NFL isn't the owners. The Packers actually are owned by shareholders in Green Bay. So like the citizens of Green Bay own the Packers, basically. They're shareholders in the Packers. So unlike, let's say, Jerry Jones, now, and I will say one thing about Jerry Jones, clown that I think he is, he would not, this would not go on in his organization.
Yeah,
Like,
you run a tight ship.
Yeah, Jerry
Albeit
Jones would be
crazy.
like, listen, what y'all not finna do is jeopardize my ability to get this here championship that I've been trying to get ever since I fired Jimmy Johnson. But that's neither here nor there. But so what they did with other teams earlier in the year when they were found to not be following the protocols for unvaccinated players is they would fine the owner like millions of dollars, but they also take away draft picks. Now, I don't know that they can fine the owners in this case because they don't have, as you pointed out, a specific owner. But they can take away draft picks. Which means that, and Aaron Rodgers has been very vocal about only being with the Packers for one more year. Because, again, like I said, he was trying to be out before this season started, right? Because he was so offended that they went out and got this black quarterback to sit behind him. I don't know.
What?
I don't think
because the team needed a whole lot of players in different positions, and instead of getting any of those positions filled in the draft, they went and got what would be ultimately his replacement in a quarterback.
Yes.
I don't think it's that it's black so much as like
Yeah,
we ain't
no,
got
no,
a quarterback,
no.
we
Yeah,
ain't got
I
no
was about to-
receivers, we ain't got no
Yeah.
line, we ain't got no
Yeah, I was-
defense.
Right, like
I
what
was
y'all
about to-
doing?
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think it had anything to do with him being black, but I also don't know what goes on in the mind of prima donna quarterbacks. I got no idea, like, why that's so offensive. But anyway, that you're allowed to draft everybody else's replacement, but you can't his. Like, and then I throw a fit. I mean, it's just so silly. I mean, and also,
Ego.
yeah, it's ego. And also, like, you never know, because hell, Tony Romo didn't think they were drafting his replacement when they drafted Dak, right? Because they took Dak, what, in the second round somewhere?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, but he wasn't the
don't
top draft
follow
pick.
them like that.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't their top pick, but he ended up being his
It's been
replacement.
28 years since they won a championship.
It's been a grip. But, it's the curse of Jimmy Johnson. And, and I'm all for it. But, so anyway, Aaron Rodgers is a jackass because he didn't even have to lie, Craig. All he had to do was wear a fucking mask while he was in the facility. That's all he had to do. And he on there talking about how unfair it is and his civil liberties. Bitch, shut the fuck up. All you had to do was
All
put
the
on
way
a
to fucking-
goddamn mask. You know what I mean? A damn mask. That is all it took. That was all they were asking you to do. And you couldn't do that because, your civil liberties. So I'm going to go consult the voodoo doctor and that should be okay. But
I still say this is all an intricate plot, and Aaron was gonna be like, "Oh, y'all ain't gonna trade me? We'll show you, motherfuckers."
That's what I was gonna say. So in the end, he's gonna end up screwing the Packers over worse than if they'd have just got rid of his ass to begin with.
Brilliant.
So, But this is also the Packers' fault because they knew his ass wasn't vaccinated, but they didn't want to piss him off. Why? Because he's sensitive. And every little thing sets his little ego off, apparently.
I mean, if you get wins, apparently you could be a prima donna.
I guess. And apparently you can think of yourself as a critical thinker because you consult Joe Rogan. I don't know.
Super genius.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say on that. Anybody else?
Rest in peace to the Cheeseheads. Y'all had a good run. I better win this year because it's a wrap.
Yeah, well, depending on how long he's out, that might be a while. Like, they may drop a couple games behind this, and then it might be hard as far as their standing.
Because, I really feel like he should be suspended for some extra shit, but...
Well, and that's another thing. He may actually be suspended because, again, they can't find... They probably can't find the franchise in this case because of the way that franchise is owned by the shareholders. So I don't know what's going to happen, but all I know is he might have screwed himself out of a chance to go to a Super Bowl. And, who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I'm over Aaron Rodgers. I'm tired of people saying, oh, well, I thought Aaron Rodgers was smart. Based on what? That he can call plays under center? I mean, see, and that's another thing. Y'all in this coded fucking language because, Lamar Jackson, can call plays under center, but y'all don't call him smart. You know what they call him?
Athletic.
Well, they call him athletic, but they also say he has a high football IQ.
What?
Yeah. Here's the thing, people. If Aaron Rodgers could run like Lamar Jackson, he would.
Right. I mean, and he used to do a little something. I mean, not like Lamar Jackson. Don't get me wrong.
But we talk about a whole bunch of different years. 10 years from now, Lamar ain't doing that shit either.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Aaron Rodgers is getting long in the tooth to begin with, but he getting long in the tooth as far as Well, I was gonna say
lion ass.
Well, and that too, Pinocchio. But I was gonna say he's old for a football player. But if Tom Brady has anything to say about it, he'll be out there with his brittle bones at the age of 65.
Anomaly.
Brittle bones.
Well, I mean, hell, the man is, how old is he? 40-something?
Yeah, he's in his early 40s. So.
Yeah, and you know what he ought to do? He ought to be kissing every one of those offensive linemen on the mouth because he rarely gets hit.
Oh, they say he treats them well.
Yeah. Oh, he better be treating them well because they keep him healthy. Because at his
Brady,
age,
a whopping 44.
Yeah, at his age, if he gets hit, really good, it's only going to take one good time, for him to throw out a hit or whatever. But he's Tom Brady. So Aaron Rodgers, no Tom Brady. But anyway, in other news, the Ahmaud Arbery trial is going on, right?
Yeah. For those that don't know the details, the quick summary is your mans was out jogging. 3 white people decided that he looked suspect because he took a break at an empty house.
Or so they say.
Yeah, let them tell it because let them tell it. Stand your ground and such laws like that. They had to hunt him down and shoot him.
Right.
But the big thing in the news right now is that the jury is, what is it? All of them white or just 11 of them?
Oh, I don't know. I stopped watching it during the pretrial motion before they even did voir dire, because I already knew they were going to piss me off during the pretrial motions.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
yeah, I was
But for
watching
you,
I was watching the pretrial motions, and I saw how that judge was going, and I was like, let me be out,
yeah, what
because,
are we expecting here, people?
well, listen. that,
So for you non-criminal types or people that don't know folks like that, there's a thing beforehand called jury selection, which basically means they call up notify a bunch of random citizens they have to show up for jury duty. Which one of you black asses has went? And the lawyers get to pick which they get to ask the jurors some questions and get to pick which ones they want to keep. And I know it's different from state to state, but usually the defense attorney gets to pick more than the prosecuting attorney. Therefore, it's in South Georgia. I'm pretty sure it's mostly, if not damn near, all white people showing up for jury duty. What do y'all expect to happen here?
I thought I saw at least one
I
or
think
two
there's
black
one,
jurors,
but I wasn't paying that much attention.
or people that were selected. I mean, that came in,
Prospects.
yeah, prospects. But like I said, I didn't hang around for voir dire because I was pretty sure that they were going to eliminate the black people. I just had a feeling. I'm like that. Yeah, none of those black people are ever going to be able to sit on that jury. They're never gonna let them do it.
Yeah, because even in the questions they ask you beforehand, they go to check to see if you're predisposed to one side or not. And if a random unarmed brother gets shot while being chased down by three people, yeah, my opinion is biased before I go in. What the fuck? By the way, another one caught on tape, and the defense is basically trying to run he attacked them. It's three motherfuckers with guns, and he's by himself. What's he supposed
And
to
he's
do?
unarmed, right?
Yeah.
What was he supposed to do? Just sit there and let them beat his ass, or shoot him, or whatever? I mean,
357 mag and a shotgun. Yeah, I'm gonna stand there and talk it out.
yeah, this country is so fucked up. I mean,
Full of shit.
it is so like people who tell me how fair the criminal justice system is
It's bullshit.
don't really know anything. Don't know much about the criminal
Justice system. This
Like-
town needs an enema.
I'm a career criminal back in the days. I'm retired, and I could safely say most of the cases I beat, the legal system don't work like it's supposed to.
Yeah,
Any criminal will tell you that.
well, yeah, but I don't even think they know the depths of how fucked up it is, like the level of fucked upness. And yes, I make up words when I'm pissed off.
We got it.
The level of fucked upness in this country is such that I don't think the average person even wraps their head around. Matter of fact, I'm going to link in this episode a couple of videos that y'all can watch so y'all can get a little taste of how fucked up the system is. And I'm just gonna give y'all a little taste. Okay.
Don't link the video of him getting shot because
no. I'm not even gonna talk about that case. What I'm gonna talk about is what I'm gonna link is how cash bail and this whole system of plea bargaining really fucks a whole lot of people over.
Oh yeah.
Because people are like, well, why would you plead guilty if you're not guilty? Well, bitch, because I got three kids at home, and these motherfuckers got me sitting in jail for 2 years because I can't afford to bail myself out and go see about my kids. You know what I mean? Like, the level of fucked upness that prosecutors go to just to get convictions, and the mental gymnastics that they go through to make it okay to fuck people over, like,
Oh, a
It's all fucked
court-appointed
up.
attorney will make you plead to some shit that don't even have nothing to do with the case, you lazy motherfuckers.
Mhm.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, they're gonna offer you. What people don't realize is most cases in this country don't go to trial. Y'all realize that, right? Something like
Mhm.
98% of
Mhm.
cases never see a courtroom, you know, like a trial. Most of them are plea bargained out.
I once had a criminal attorney tell me you ought to be able to convince 1 out of 12 people any damn thing.
Well, I mean, you have a better chance at that. I mean, you know what I mean? But
Those odds.
but yeah, but even after, well, anyway, I'll link the video. Y'all can look at it if you. I mean, don't look at it if you just like to live in La La
Believe in the
Land
system.
and believe in the system, because I'm gonna tell you, the system ain't what y'all think it is at all.
Mhm.
The best way to beat the system is to stay the fuck out of it. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now.
Mhm.
And to all y'all young folks that are listening,
Stay the fuck out of the
stay the
system.
fuck out of the system. Because once you get in it, it is hard than
Hard
a
as hell to
motherfucker
get out.
to get your ass out.
Very old phrase. Don't do the crime if you're not willing to do the
To do
time.
the time.
And the time, by the way, is probably the rest of your life, because I mean, because
Jail is not
parole.
rehabilitation. If you go in at 19 years old and you serve 10 years, you come out 29, but you're still thinking like a fucking 19-year-old. Plus, you
Mhm.
Yeah,
have no skills. You're going right back to what you know. Your ass is going to be back in jail.
No
yeah.
social skills. No, yeah.
Yeah, and parole ain't what y'all think it is. Parole is a setup, particularly if you're poor.
Yeah.
Probation is a setup,
Probation is a
particularly
setup,
if
and
you're
so is parole.
poor.
But probation, yes, if you're poor, that is a fucking setup, and you're gonna probably end up in jail anyway. So
After they
um,
done got your money.
after they done got your money, what little bit you done scraped together, you'll probably be worse off than you were.
Hmm.
Anyway, I'll link the video. Let me write that down so I remember. Um, so yeah, so the Arbery trial, not going well, I take it.
I haven't even watched it. It's just, I don't do shit that's going to make me miserable.
Hmm.
I've done a lot of things wrong. I've had my run-ins with the law and lawyers and judges and shit. Like, none of this surprises me. But this whole shooting unarmed people in the street is fucked up enough when trained police officers do it. But keep letting
Right.
regular ass people ride with that shit.
Oh, no, 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 no. Not regular ass people. Let's be very clear. Regular ass white people. Because
Oh,
a
for sure.
black person could
Regular ass black folks can't
never.
get away with that shit.
No, no, no. We can't stand our ground. Oh, hell no.
Mm-mm.
That law was not created for
Rated
us.
for us.
I mean, try to use that shit if you want to. Try to say that motherfucker attacked me and I shot him. Okay, your black ass will be in
It's
jail.
going to jail. Hmm.
With an all white jury, because
Hmm.
because the system is fucked up and it is stacked.
Against
It's stacked against
people
poor
of
people.
color and
Well,
people and poor
yeah,
people.
it's stacked against poor people. But if you're poor and you have melanin, good
Hmm.
luck with that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Indeed.
So in your
So,
mind this week, Star?
So my I have a person that I know who has been in a relationship with someone for the past roughly about 5 years. Maybe a little longer than that. But anyway, this person that they're in a relationship with has done a lot of things that, let's just say, I would like to think the majority of folk would have probably been like, all right, get the fuck out of here. This relationship is over. But my friend forgave him time and time again. And so at some point, I had said to her when she came home and found him and another chick in the house. Now, mind you, they weren't doing anything, but
Ooh.
that's not the point. That's not the point.
Okay, that's different.
The point is, I was like, you do realize that his, you know, indiscretions are just leveling up each time. It's just a little bit worse and a little bit worse. And it's almost like the more that you forgive him, the more that says, the more his barrier to stop him from doing anything, his internal barrier that says, oh, I'm in a relationship with this woman. You know, I can't do that. That barrier just gets a little bit lower and lower each time you forgive him. It's like you keep it up, he's just gonna be like, well, she ain't gonna never go nowhere. If I do this, she ain't left me. She ain't never going nowhere. How much, like, where's the line? Where is the line for the cheater that says, well, if or that person has forgiven me for this, I can pretty much do anything and they'll forgive me. How much is too much forgiveness?
How many times has she taken him back?
Well, they only truly split up.
That you know about.
Well, like truly split up that I know about like twice. I mean, there's been other times that stuff has happened and there was just a big argument,
So
a
she's
blowout.
taken him back at least twice.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
but she's forgiven him multiple other times for other shit. Like they didn't even split up.
So she's established a pattern.
Yes,
Pretty much.
but
Yeah.
what's the line though? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what is the line?
There is no line. She has given him carte blanche.
License.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old phrase goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. Like,
I think she listen. If she wanted to forgive him, if she had forgiveness in her heart, and she forgave him the first time, and decided to stay with him, I mean, I am not going to judge her for that. The second time, if she chooses to forgive him, I'm not going to judge her for that either. But that second time, you got to forgive and leave. Because, the second...
Because they just going to keep on with that same shit, figuring you're not going anywhere.
Somebody said...
And it is true. Once you take a person back after they do some shit that they know is foul, like there's a difference between mistakes and clear bad decisions. Once you take them back, you have shown them, hey, you can fuck me over and I will come back. You put on a fucking clown suit, do your little dance.
Yeah, particularly if you do it twice. Because, I know that there are circumstances where you might want to forgive somebody for, some bullshit one time. The second time, like I said, you can still forgive them, but you can also leave. Like okay, I forgive you, but you have to get out. Like, you can't be in my life because you have established...
Clearly shown that you have no regard for, respect for the relationship, no regard for my feelings. Like,
exactly. And that is your pattern.
Dishonesty, disloyalty, disrespect, and disregard.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes. And once that's the pattern, then you are asking somebody to treat you that way. Once you continue to take them back. Like, you have said to them, this is okay with me. I like this. More, please.
When I said to her, I was like, look, you might want to just go ahead and call this relationship a wrap. She had gotten an attitude with me because
you never get involved in domestic disputes.
Basically, yeah, true, and hey,
just have to have an attitude with me.
Here's the thing. He basically ended up getting some chick pregnant and she ended up with twins. and she
Now
forgave
you
him.
fucking with the household money.
Exactly.
Right, right.
Exactly.
So,
On top of that.
uh, she was like, "How dare how do you say that when your ex-husband he took you back?" I said, "Let me say this." I said, "I did what I did is very true." I said, "But there's a difference between someone who goes out there and, let's just say, makes a bad decision, because I can't call it a mistake. It ain't like I fell on a nigga dick somewhere walking down the street." I was like, "But, I made a bad decision, no matter how beautiful the outcome, still a bad decision. But I am not a serial cheater." I was like, "You've not known me to cheat on anyone since then. I've done that one time in my life and I was young. This dude has basically proven to you, even before the point that they are at now, that he just can't keep his shit in his pants."
Or has no desire to. Is not
Yeah, that
inclined.
shit ain't that hard to be honest about.
Yeah. He's just not inclined.
I'm
But
like,
to
pretty
stay on
much.
that topic, the only true apology is changed behavior. If their
Yes.
behavior isn't
Yep.
gonna fucking
Yep.
change, then that shit you just
Yep.
have to accept or leave.
Yep.
And that is what I'm saying. When you do somebody wrong, people are like, well, how long do I have to keep apologizing? The answer
Till
is
your
By
ass do
your
better.
behavior.
the
Your
answer the
behavior.
answer is until.
Until, yep, your behavior.
If you really mean it, then you apologize until they decide they don't want to hear it no more, and you can't apologize no more.
You
Or
mean verbally?
I mean at
That too.
all. All of it. If I do you wrong, I'm apologizing until you accept my apology, or you tell me you can't accept my apology. You know what I mean? Like you can't do it, and we're done.
Yeah, cheaters aren't good with accountability. But I think I've said it on this podcast before. If somebody does you dirty and you come back, it's one of three reasons: it's Stockholm syndrome, it's financial dependence, or it's low self esteem.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I also think.
Love just don't fit in there nowhere. Like,
Well, no.
Love
I
makes
mean,
sense, but at some point, you got to love yourself more than your
yeah, that's the
abuser.
truth. That's
yeah,
very true.
and also, and I was gonna say, with a lot of the people I know who have taken cheating spouses back or cheating significant others back, some of these people just have a need to see the good in people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a flaw sometimes.
I can
Absolutely.
see the good
Often,
in
actually.
somebody, but I can also see, the thing about seeing good in people is this: you can see it all you want. If that person doesn't recognize the good in them, then what good does what? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I know
pointless.
what you're saying,
You're thinking
but
logically, emotions tend to get
but
in the way.
but also though, some people see good where good ain't. You know what I mean? Like I see. Oh well, I know he has the capacity to this, that, and the other. No, he doesn't.
He's good with the kids.
You know, he may have the capacity, but he has decided he ain't doing nothing with that. And you can't make somebody
You
be
can't,
what you want them to be.
or right, in order
Yeah.
to be happy. I had a relationship like that where I was with this dude, and I don't know what you call it, but basically, I should have kept it moving, but I knew why dude was the way that he was, and I felt like, oh, I'll just show him the love of a good woman and he'll change. Bullshit.
Exactly.
Um,
Because you'll grow old waiting for that shit to happen.
exactly. And it was like I could see so much potential and good like in him, but he saw none of. I'm not gonna say he didn't see any of it, but he didn't see enough of it to make a change toward, just being a better person just for himself, and not just for our relationship, but for himself and his relationship with his kids. Like,
Right.
I I, I don't know, but
And not
he's
much you
doing
can do
better now.
about
That's
that.
awesome.
Well,
He's
In
yeah,
the
doing better
words
now.
of the
That's awesome.
illustrious Willie D, you gotta let a hoe be a hoe.
yeah.
And he wasn't even so much a hoe, even though he did like start another relationship before ours ended. Even but
Yeah.
um
That's hoish.
Well,
well, our relationship was on the way out the door. So yeah, I was kind of irritated, but I'm gonna tell you what
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
was
clear it up. That ain't hoish. That's cowardly.
yes.
yeah, well, and that's also can't be alone. But
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say he's a serial monogamer,
yeah, he
which
just
is a
can't
little
be by
different
himself.
from being a hoe, because those people are irritating too.
But we not gonna say he don't have some hoish tendencies. Like
Oh well, who don't? Who among
yeah,
us?
yeah. Um
You know.
yeah, cause yeah, whatever. So with him, what I was more upset about than him starting the relationship or start entertaining someone before our relationship was over was a lie. He purchased something when we were out of town, and maybe about I'll say a month before our relationship was over. I was like, "Hey, what happened to that? What happened to that thing?" And he's like, "Oh, I lost it. Whatever, whatever, whatever." So when I found out that he would, had gotten into another relationship with another, with this other woman, listen, I'm human. I didn't stalk her. I did go take a look. And when I went to go take a look,
Uh,
she she had her profile picture had a picture in the family room of the place where he was living, and she was wearing the item that he swore he lost.
mm.
Cheaters, please get better at lying.
Please get better at lying.
Well,
But on some
why
real
I was
though?
shit,
more
just
irritated about that than anything.
for the listeners, has there ever been a time somebody hit you with the "Yeah, I know I fucked up, but I'd never do it again," and they didn't?
Yes.
Yeah, I got yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, I ain't seen it.
Yeah. I mean, I first of all, you know when someone is truly repentant, or if they're just saying some shit because they got caught, busted, or whatever. But
Do you? No, I'm
yeah,
Clearly, most people don't.
yeah, no, because you don't listen to their words, you watch their actions.
okay.
Very important. Everybody knows how
Yeah.
to lie with their mouth. Very few people can back it up with actions.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I've had dudes, not cheat
Oh.
on me per se, go and cheat on me, but do something that I'm like, that's not okay. And then
Yeah.
they apologize, and I can tell they're remorseful because they take great care. You know what I mean? Like great
Yeah.
care to not get into those muddy waters again.
Unicorns.
I don't know about that, but I also have resting I'll fuck a motherfucker up face, so there's that.
What is the
Yeah.
male version of resting bitch face?
Resting bitch face.
Yes.
Mm.
That is exactly right.
Resting bitch face.
But
I,
yeah, you listen, sometimes you have to give people room to grow. You know what I
even
mean?
out your
Mhm.
help.
Well, some people need your help, some people don't. You know what I mean? Some people, and sometimes you help somebody grow by walking away from them. You know,
Can lead hoes to water, but you can't make them think.
sure. But like, I don't know. Like, I also feel like if you've gotten to our age and you're still hoeing, I feel like that is a psychological issue. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's very much there's something broken inside of you. I don't know. I
Which
get
is not hard to be honest about. Ladies and gentlemen, if you cannot be monogamous, people will still fuck you if you're honest about it.
and that's all I'm
Mm.
saying, because at the age that I am, just be honest, if we but see, most people who don't want to be monogamous, and I'm speaking about men because I don't know too much about women, but
Oh, women want a man that's faithful while they hoeing too.
oh, okay, so you knew where I was going with that. Most men
Yeah.
who can't be monogamous want you to be, because if you
Oh,
don't,
absolutely, because they can't stand nobody else
it's
peeing
a
on their tree.
whole
Cheaters
problem.
are the most jealous.
But
Mm-hmm.
but to me, I'm like, just define the relationship up front, and if we ain't monogamous, then that's what that is. You know what I mean? And that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
If we ain't monogamous and you can't handle that I'm not monogamous, tell me that too, and I'll make sure I keep that shit out your face.
And that's the thing dudes need to understand. If you want the polyamory or if you want the open relationship or whatever, you do have to realize your chick can get more dick than you can get pussy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that shit opens at both ends, is
Mm-hmm.
what I say. um Somebody asked me one time, they were trying to be funny, and they were asking me, oh, would you be would you be a second wife? And I said, sure, can I bring along a second husband?
I know that's right.
Because,
You ain't gonna be the only one having fun up in this bitch.
I mean, listen, I ain't sitting around waiting on you while it's her night. I'm while it's
Mm-hmm.
her night, it's gonna be his
What if I
too.
want some?
Exactly.
Shit.
So, I'm sorry, I'm
Don't do
greedy
that
that
shit,
way.
girl. Hmm.
But but that's the thing. You got to realize that whatever's good for the goose also has to be good for the gander.
For the motherfucking yeah.
Yep.
And the package is still out here. Granted,
Yes.
the medication has gotten much better, but it's still out here.
Yes. Wrap your shit up. Everybody ain't got Magic's money.
According to what little bit of studying I've done, the medication now, you can't transfer it.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, they've
I
gotten pretty
still wouldn't
good.
throw my dick on the
Really?
crap table, but
Yeah, they've gotten pretty good where
yeah.
they can get your viral load down to undetectable, and once it's
Oh
undetectable,
yeah.
you can't transmit in theory.
Wow.
So
That and there's another one where if you think you might be fucking around on that level, you could take a pill to where you can't contract it. I
yes,
don't know what level of hoeing you have to be doing, but
Mm.
well, yeah, I mean that's a whole nother talk show. The prophylactic HIV medications, that's a whole nother talk show, because they've also been sued about. But we won't get into that because that's a whole long. Y'all know I be stalking
what?
pharmaceutical
Okay.
Medications
companies and
aren't what
stuff.
they claim to be. Who knew?
Well, I don't know that it's not what it claimed to be, but there
There's a
were
percentage on all of them.
there were some side effects that they weren't owning up to, and
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, they've reissued the medication, they've changed it or something, I don't know, but it's better now. But even though they had the new medication with the less side effects, they were still, because they had the old one, they were still giving people the old one knowing that it was. But anyway, that's a whole
You
nother
mean
talk
the
show.
Food and Drug
Good people.
Administration and doctors cannot be trusted?
It had nothing to
Damn
do.
it.
No, it didn't have nothing to do with the FDA. It had everything to do with these greedy ass pharmaceutical companies. But, um,
Right hand and left hand,
well,
all
I don't know
connected
about
to the
that.
same body.
Yeah, in a way, but not really.
All right,
It
good
was
people.
complicated.
Do you want to end it here or like wrap it up right now or give me like 5 minute pause?
Nah, we could be out.
Yeah, we can because
Okay.
I need to take more drugs.
All
Feel
right, peoples.
better. If you like the show, tell a friend, tell a foe, tell a hoe. And if you don't, please tell everybody you know. It is the Threesome Podcast on Facebook and Instagram, the Threesome Pod on Twitter. And we out
Cha cha cha.
to this
Yeah,
Mardi Gras.
what
Oh, yeah.
she said. I'm going to walk the dog.
Fucking dog. All right, I gotta go.
Oh,
Bye.
peace
Bye.
out.